Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, AEW hold a backstage meeting over a controversial star's return.
Speaking of returns, there was a major return on last night's AEW Dynamite.
And there was another one during the Rampage tapings. By the way, there will be spoilers, obviously, in that report, so, use the timestamps.
Yep, and Tony Khan announces Ring of Honor TV tapings. I'm Adam Wilborn.
And I'm Andy Murray.
And this is the news.
All right, let's kick this thing off. Let's cover a Fightful Select report on another backstage meeting that was held in AEW with women's wrestlers, members of the division who were present at last week's tapings. What were they discussing? CM Punk. No, Thunder Rosa coming back.
Got you.
Thunder Rosa coming back. Got you, controversial star, eh? But yeah, so we've spoken a little bit about Thunder Rosa over the past couple of days. She returned last week, and then it later emerged that she was doing Spanish commentary, which is, we think, a cool role for her.
I love it, yeah.
While she's not currently cleared to compete. But obviously, prior to Rosa taking that absence last summer and vacating the women's title, she's injured, all of that stuff. There were the reports of, the sandbagging thing with Marina Shafir. There was the story about, Jamie Hayter with a broken nose and running around back, hiding in cupboards or whatever. There was all kinds of reports going around. Basically, that a few feathers had been ruffled here and there. So AEW has held this meeting on the 8th of February, gathering everyone in and trying to kind of clear the air a little bit. It's noted here that the goal here was to clear things up as several relationships had frayed prior to Thunder Rosa taking the time off. Now, sources from Fightful have indicated that Rosa has been making amends for issues that had arisen prior to that absence. Her approach before this had been criticised. Her conduct was seen as others on the women's roster, making other people on the roster seem like bullies, is what is the content of this report here. This is on top of allegations of sandbagging and working too stiff.
Yes.
Some roster members took umbrage at Rosa not being on the road with AEW while injured, despite traveling for other work. And another one noted that the former champion had actually faced allegations of stiffness earlier in her run, but those had since been rectified and done over. All of that stuff. Obviously, she was written off TV, cut the emotional promo, injuries, all that. After that, there was some... How do you say this? Speculation. There you go, that's the word. There was a bunch of people going, hey, maybe it's exaggerated a little bit, blah, 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 blah. Although Rosa has shot this down several times. She's posted photos and videos at various doctors' offices and stuff. I don't subscribe to that conspiracy. No. I think she's injured, guys. Not everything.
So just if it turns out that is the case, and I'm not suggesting it is by any means, then we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But I don't like speculating on someone who says they're injured and going, I don't believe you.
Yeah, I think that's pretty whack behaviour, if you ask me. But to continue, obviously Rosa returned last week to the tapings. She is not yet cleared to compete, though she is edging towards this. She won't be wrestling for a little while as of yet. And as far as how this meeting went, management are pretty happy with it. They're of the belief that it was productive and hope that it's a clean slate, which is ultimately what you want from something like this.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to sit here and speculate on, what happened in the past and what should happen going forward. I just hope that any issues can be gotten over. Everyone can get along. I get the feeling they're probably helped by we had our issues last summer, but, we've had worse coming together in this locker room. So I hope that it can all be fixed. I hope Thunder Rosa gets well soon. And as much as I really like the idea, like we say, of having her on commentary, she did have one of the best women's matches in AEW ever.
With Britt Baker.
Yeah.
So she's had a lot of really great ones, across the board, but her women's title reign, in-ring wise, maybe not as great as she would have hoped.
It's another one of those chase better than the...
Yeah, the match quality just wasn't quite as good as it could have been.
Yeah.
I personally felt like the Miyu Yamashita match in particular was one that I was really looking forward to, and it wasn't quite there. But then I think, okay, well, maybe she was carrying this injury and that hindered her performance. So, I don't like subscribing to these silly theories about, everything has to be this massive scandal all the time. And, she's fake. Nah, man. Sometimes people just get hurt. It's just because it locked up with these other circumstances doesn't mean it's bollocks. I believe wholeheartedly that she's legitimately hurt. I hope that her recovery is going well, and I hope that everyone can resolve whatever issues with her. And look, I'm not going to deny the legitimate. Like when you have personal beef with someone, that's between you and them. Like I'm not going to sit here and go, this person wasn't right to be upset, or this person shouldn't be, blah blah blah. But let's be friends.
Yeah,
let's be friends.
You can have arguments and then subsequently get over it. Wrestling, isn't written by Shonda Rhimes, although possibly she's the person behind Scandal. She's honestly, oh my God, Shondaland. Check out the back catalogue.
Fair enough.
Anyway.
My pop culture knowledge isn't there.
Yeah.
Isn't there?
Oh, Scandal's such a good show, man. I need to show you this.
If it's not pro wrestling or obnoxious music,
Speaking of obnoxious pro wrestlers.
Oh?
Yeah, sort of. In character. I don't mean it really, obviously.
Yeah, he's probably.
Christian Cage came back on last night's AEW
Was his
Dynamite.
injury made up as well?
I don't think so. Didn't bloody look it. He came out with his right arm still in that sling after Jungle Boy had defeated Brian Cage. Cage connection, you see. And sprayed something in Jungle Boy's face, hit him with a kill switch on the ramp, and said he wasn't done with Jack Perry, although nothing has been announced yet subsequently for the Revolution pay-per-view, which goes down 2 weeks on... No, we've got
2.5.
We've got 2 more Dynamites. It goes down on the 5th of March. I don't know why I'm faffing about trying to work this out in my head. Obviously, Cage hasn't been wrestling since he tore a tricep, which was
buggered himself
just prior to, of course, the all-out... I'm going to say all-out match with Jack Perry, but that was because of the injury. That went down in September. He's back. Good. I want to see him back in a wrestling ring and/or being horrendous on the microphone to family members.
Get that low-hanging fruit, brother.
Oh, yes, please.
Good to see him back. I thought he was doing a good job in the managerial role even when he was injured.
Yeah.
I think he's been fun since he came into AEW, whether as a face or a heel. The heel stuff's been brutal.
Yeah.
I'm kind of into it. And this is a rivalry that is still unresolved. You'd imagine that Jack Perry will now beat him, whether that's a Revolution or a future show, we will see. But yeah, where's Luchasaurus is what I want to know.
My little sources have told me that Christian Cage is bringing back Luchasaurus, but with a tag team partner, a one-eyed dinosaur called Do You Think He Saw Us? So,
oh boy, okay.
You can have that one for free.
Cool, yeah.
Put your money away. What are we talking about?
Broken my face. Right, yeah. So, Rampage spoilers.
Oh, yes.
If you don't want these...
Timestamps in the bottom.
Stamp that time down there. Obviously, Rampage is taped on Wednesday most weeks. Right, I'm assuming you've skipped now.
Yes. CM Punk came back.
Keith Lee's back.
Oh yeah, that's
Keith
also
Lee's
great.
back on Rampage. He returned during the tapings. I won't go into too much detail on what he did, but it involved Swerve Strickland and the Mogul affiliates.
Makes sense.
Swerve is billed to wrestle Dustin Rhodes on the show. There's a DQ in that match. Parker Boudreaux did some things. And then...
Is there any trench action?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. I had a piece before.
And then Keith Lee showed up and yeah, Keith
probably
Lee's back.
yeeted some people. I've not seen it, but I would guess.
They are quite large men. They'd be quite hard to yeet, but if there's a man who's going to pull it off, it's Keith. He's been off TV since December. He was, of course, written off in the Mogul Affiliates debut angle, where he had a cinder block stomped on.
Oh yeah.
I love cinder blocks in wrestling. Are so silly because they just disintegrate. I love it. It's great.
Is there anything faker?
Yeah, but amazing as well. Like, some people go, you say it's fake, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, but in a good way.
Oh, good. I also kind of want it to look a little bit fake. So I don't want to actually think, holy, if they actually used a cinder block there.
Here's a shoot cinder block on your chest, brother. That wouldn't go well. But yeah,
there's 2 cinder blocks under the ring. One's a real one. Don't use that one.
Good to see Keith back.
Yes.
Obviously, this is another rivalry that needs to be resolved, and I'm very much into it.
Yeah, absolutely. It all makes sense, like you say. Pay-per-view's just around the corner. The obvious match between Swerve and Keith. I've enjoyed what Swerve's sort of done in the interim. We're going after Nepo babies, are they called? I never know what the phrase is.
I love it. Nepo baby who's 20 years older than him. I love that.
Brian Pillman Jr. and Dustin Rhodes. But yeah, Swerve vs Keith Lee, that has the potential to steal the show at Revolution for me.
Yeah, it could be really great.
Really excited to see that, and excited to have Keith back. And now to Men in Black myself when I talk about Rampage for the Rampage Preview podcast tomorrow. Right, let's talk about Ring of Honor TV tapings. Tony Khan announcing on Busted Open Radio, which is one of the best audio-based mediums, other than the WhatCulture Wrestling podcast, of course,
All right.
First set of taping is going to go down in Orlando, Florida, on the 25th and 26th of February.
Florida's weird enough. You don't have to...
Crocodile's actually working the production team on that one, my sources tell me. And the new Ring of Honor TV show starts airing on Thursday, the 2nd of March. Honor Club, of course, all that good stuff. And if I suggest anyone does anything today, it would be go and watch the Mark Briscoe shilling for Honor Club video on AEW's Twitter page, because Mark Briscoe is the best thing that's happened to AEW in ages.
He's
he's all elite, by the way.
Him as like a weekly TV wrestler is just such a fun dynamic so far. He's great. You could tell as well, Tony was like, okay, Mark, when you do this, make sure you get the shill stuff in. It's great. You love to see it. Show starts on the 2nd of March. I'm looking forward to seeing how it comes out, as I am with all new wrestling products. Should be fun. We knew about the dates a little bit before because it was reported before Tony confirmed it, but now we have an air date, so that'll presumably be the build to the pay-per-view. Supercard of Honor.
End of March, that?
WrestleMania week. I'm sure it's going to be headlined by Claudio versus Mark as well. I've got that.
Yeah.
He teased
bit of a tease of Roosh on last night's show, but I think
there's
you're probably
Roosh
right
as well.
there.
I love Roosh. Roosh is my guy, but I feel like Mark should just win the world title, honestly.
And this isn't, let's do this for him because of the awful situation he found himself in.
He's a Ring of Honor legend as well.
We aren't just being, patronised. He's a sensational wrestler.
Yeah.
And he deserves this, absolutely. So I completely agree with you on that one. Looking forward to seeing what more they do on Honor Club going forward too.
Yeah. We'll probably give ups and downs a wee whirl for a couple of weeks.
Ooh, yeah.
See how it goes. So I should probably clear that with Simon first, but production meeting on camera. There you go.
Note to self. Right, let's move on to your Twitter questions. At WhatCulture WWE, of course, you want to get in touch with us today. And, of course, for tomorrow's Wacky Friday news, we're going to be putting a little thing on the community page, aren't we? For your silly Friday questions. The sillier the better.
Yeah. Charity work, community work.
Exactly, all that good
question
stuff.
work. Flat work.
Ryan Connor kicks us off. Ryan says, the original pillars of AEW don't seem accurate any longer. Who would you consider to be the new pillars of AEW?
It's interesting because AEW kind of used the pillars as like future pillars, really, rather than like current big time stars. But like obviously MJF has worked out and Darby's worked out really well.
Pretty good.
Sammy, I don't think is any further forward than he was when he was named a pillar.
No.
Jungle Boy, I think, has definitely advanced a little bit, but I'm not too sure I'm putting him in like that little bracket yet. So are we gonna pick like they did, like future ones, or like current, just carrying the company?
Are we doing two each?
Two each, yeah. What are we thinking?
Immediately, if someone says who's a pillar of AEW, I think what's a pillar? It's big, it's strong, it's Satnam Singh.
Obviously.
Straight out of the gate, baby.
He's the foundation stone. I love Satnam Singh. If we're doing it in the spirit of AEW's version, Ricky Starks, I think, I know the Jericho feud has not been the most popular, but I don't think there's any indication that he's any less over as a consequence of it, and I think he fits that bill as a future kind of top-level, massive man. Yes.
I was going to do a silly gimmicked answer for my second one, because I've done Satnam Singh, so that was my serious one, obviously. I was going to say like Jeff Jarrett or something, but can I cheat and have two people as one?
Go for it.
Top Flight.
Okay, cool.
Really like Top Flight, and there was flashes in, I want to say a Moxley match, but it might have been a Danielson match. It was with someone who's a veteran of this and very good at this sort of thing. And I thought, no offense to Darius, obviously he's had a lot of injuries, and I don't want him to split him up as a tag team. I'm not Vince McMahon over here. But there was flashes where I thought, that Dante could be a single star down the road. Not anytime soon, but I really like them both.
Top Flight, we can take them as a package, for sure. So it's kind of it goes against what I've just said, but because she's a champion, but the tag team is called the Killer and the Pillar, so we can make Jamie Hayter a pillar as well. She's going to be presuming like she stays in AEW long term and like doesn't go to Japan or whatever on a more permanent basis, which I think she might, because she was there before and she clearly loves it, and she'd be great there again, obviously. But if she's in AEW for a while, which I assume she will be, I think she's going to be the most important wrestler in that division's history ever. She's the best wrestler in the division. She's gotten over just by kicking ass, and that's all you really need.
Scratch that, actually. Get rid of all those pillars. Outrunners. Tell them to.
Oh God, yeah. Why not?
What they call the youngest
men alive. Which is technically true in every man's life for about
Yeah.
100th of a millisecond.
I love them so much.
Who have we got as a final pillar, baby?
Konosuke Takeshita.
Boom! There you go. Perfect. That's exactly the kind of person that would fit in their billing. Yeah.
A couple of pictures for the other Twitter questions today, Andy. First one comes from Bartman1002, who writes, it might be B Hartman as I read this, but I'm going to call you Bartman. Morning, legends. Hear me out. Adam Cole versus Jay White at Revolution. He didn't reveal much last night, did he?
Yeah, he was keeping his cards close to his chest.
What a sexy chest.
He is a nice chest.
A good experience of keeping his card close to his chest, of course, from Depay playing Uno. So.
There you go. Adam Cole's nice chest aside.
I wish I was his chest.
This is a popular fantasy booking choice at the moment, and I understand why. It lines up. Jay White's leaving Japan. Adam Cole is coming back. They have history. They've been involved in each other's kind of on-screen business before in AEW as well. My sizable gut tells me still that Jay White is going to end up in WWE, but if he does not, I would be willing to say that this is very likely to happen.
Well, Michael Hamblin pointed out to me that Renee Paquette, while sitting down to interview Adam Cole, was wearing pink and black, so I'm saying Bret Hart at AEW Revolution. They've just chucked loads of money at all of Bret's issues, and he's a $1 million man, basically.
Alternatively, Natalia. Versus Julia Hart for the right to be in a sort of heart.
It's a blick.
See their tease last night, brother. I'm excited. That match is going to absolutely hump.
Yes.
The Elite.
Corrupted Brendan Kittler's video.
What is this stupid voice? They would murder you.
Please don't hurt me.
Yeah.
I love you, Brody.
You would literally die.
John, what a surname this is, by the way. John Papa Sergio.
All right.
Marry me, John.
Pappy.
Gives us our final question of the day. Imagine this. Dominic versus Ray in a Man in the Iron Mask match. If Dom loses, he has to wear a mask forever, hiding his face. Brilliant, that, John. It's one of those things I wish I'd thought of. Genius.
How would he have to have like a mask enforcement officer following him around?
I think they just Man in the Iron Mask it so he can't take it off.
Oh, is this like a film or something?
Yeah, DiCaprio. Do you not remember they had Titanic? I can't remember who's. I think it's like John Oliver or someone. Titanic happened. Leonardo DiCaprio was the hottest star in all of Hollywood, the most handsome man around, and they went, cool, how about we make a film where we cover his entire face? He's got like a twin, and they're both Leonardo DiCaprio, spoilers everyone, but one of them's been kept in a big iron mask for his entire life.
All right, why the hell not? Sure.
And movie tie-in, so get that money 20 years after it came out.
I've not seen. Is this crap? Is it a crap film?
No, it's quite good.
Okay.
They're good cast list.
See, I don't do quite good. I do great and I do pish.
Yes.
I do 8 out of 10 and above, 2 out of 10 and below. That's the scale, baby.
I've still not seen Plane.
You gotta see Plane, man. You gotta see Plane. You know, this is a shoot. They're doing a sequel.
I think I saw about this.
Boat.
Yes!
I can't wait for Boss.
Get rid of this Avatar bollocks.
Yeah.
This is what we need to
get
be
lost.
financing.
What's the guy's name? Sam Worthington?
Yeah.
Go away, Sam. I want more Plane.
He could walk past me in an airport. I would have no idea who he was.
Jared Butler, Mike Coulter on the other hand.
Meanwhile, at an airport, I know what a plane is. So. I know the real Hollywood stars. And finally, Andy, yesterday we pointed out that Brian Cage sometimes watches wrestling on his fridge, which is completely normal, and everyone does that. And we asked everyone for times that they've watched wrestling in weird places, and shout out to @Gabracan, whose name is George on Twitter. The weirdest place I ever watched was out of the country in a Mexican hospital, Andy.
Fair
on
play.
A Twitch video chat with my boyfriend who was pointing his MacBook at the TV. Amazing. Amazing, that.
You will scarcely get more obtuse than that. Respect it. Hope you're okay.
Yes.
After visiting the hospital. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. The lengths you'll go.
It reminds me, I used to do that when I had a Sky subscription or whatever, and my dad, who's a West Ham fan, would FaceTime me, and I'd be like, "You're right, Dad," and then just spend 90 minutes like that pointing it at the screen. Anyway, love you. See you later.
Oh, Jings Currens helped my both.
Yeah, and it was rough riding as a West Ham fan back then, if I remember rightly.
Yeah. Still is. They've got a crap stadium. They've got the Moisaya, however. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I love the Moisaya, man.
But they're not quite easy peeps, man.
I don't know. Aberdeen would pump West Ham.
Right.
Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Let's know your
start
thoughts.
another football culture war in here. I'm going to have West Ham fans coming at me.
Oh, careful.
You guys suck. Go back to Upton Park, you hammers.
Yeah, Upton Park was great. I've been there. It was
Bring
wicked.
back Freddie Canute and Paul Kitson. Yeah. Julian Dix.
Julian Dix, same birthday as me, Julian
He's
Dix.
an absolute psychopath.
Basically, me and him, 2 peas in a pod.
I almost called him an effing psychopath. He was just a psychopath.
He's had a Nicholas Stage news, so surprise now.
Well, if you swear, he can mess you up on the podcast tomorrow,
bollocks.
can't he?
Yeah,
So
no,
swear.
I'll be good.
Go on
I'll be
then.
good. No, I'm
Drop
good.
a-
No, you're not drawing me into this. Right, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe to What Culture Wrestling, wherever you get your podcasts from. For daily wrestling podcasts, myself and the Dudley Boys sitting down to review AEW Dynamite a little bit later on today. Follow us on Twitter. You can follow Andy Murray
at Andy H. Murray. The H stands for Hoop 23, Hoop Skull Island.
And if you thought they were in the wrong order, you need to go back and check the Nightmares That Could Happen video and then watch yesterday's news,
I
correct?
think I've lost count, to be honest. I don't know where I'm at.
Follow me on Twitter at Adam Wilborn. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE. But for now, my thanks to Andy Murray. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon.